The path I took was unique. It wasn't very logical. I did not want to go to film school. I didn't want to watch artsy films and learn about filmmaking from teachers. I wanted to just do it. And I was very interested in making commercials, first and foremost. Not exactly films, but TV commercials. And at the time when I really wanted to get into this, I had a job that I hated. I was cleaning pools, sweating all day long, just repairing pool equipment, taking leaves out of pools. I hated my life. So I saved up. I approached my boss, who had a company that cleaned pools and made pools. And I told him, I want to make a free commercial for you that you can put on your website. And he said, sure, whatever, yeah, do it. So I made a commercial that I promised myself that it would look good enough to be on TV. And so I hired a director of photography who had a red camera and a big crane. I hired a gaffer and a production designer. We hired actors. We paid for a beautiful location to film in. I spent about $5,000 and made a commercial. And for the first time in my life, I had done little videos by myself, but for the first time in my life, I showed up on a big commercial shoot and I was the director and everyone was asking me questions and I was the one looking at the monitor calling the shots. And it was an incredible experience. I absolutely loved it. We did a great job. The whole team did a great job. And afterwards, I remember telling my wife, I loved that. If I could do that every day for the rest of my life, I would be so happy. I loved it. And that was my film school. I didn't pay to go to film school. I had learned a lot. I had watched a lot of YouTube videos about filming. But then when I actually did it for the first time on a big set, I learned so much through that process. I had to storyboard and map out the whole commercial and then edit it and do the whole process. And I was able to see that I had what it took in order to make commercials. And I saw that, wow, like someone like me can do this. I know enough to do this, especially when I surround myself with a team of professionals who know what they're doing. Here's the secret sauce that you need, though, to be able to do video full time. Don't obsess about gear. Don't go into debt for gear when you really don't need it. For many years, I shot on a very simple camera and very simple gear. It's very important to remember the basics. Do you have a camera that you can shoot with? Do you have a basic microphone? Maybe a gimbal, maybe a few lights. You can do a lot with just that. Your knowledge is the most important thing that you should be investing in. Even if all you have is a phone to film with, this is a camera. You can start with this. Know your limitations. You can't do everything with this, but you can actually do work that's good enough to get you to the next level so you can buy a camera. If you have a phone, you can start. The other thing you absolutely need if you want to do video full time is some real skills. And what's incredible about this time that we live in is you don't have to go to the library and read a book on film. You don't have to get that internship with that one person to learn the skills. We have YouTube. When I was starting out, I watched like 3 or 4 hours of YouTube videos a day about how to learn how to film. My wife thought I was lazy sitting around. I said, no, I'm working. I promise I'm working. She didn't believe me. You stop watching videos all day on your phone. I promise I'm working. Guys, if you're in this situation when you're just trying to glean as much knowledge as you can from YouTube, keep it up. You're actually going to get to a point where you watch videos on YouTube and you're like, I kind of knew this stuff already. So pair that YouTube viewing, all those binge watching of all these incredible videos teaching you stuff about film, pair that with real world experience. Not just running out by yourself and filming with a camera, working with clients, working with people collaboratively. Try to put yourself in difficult situations where you're going to learn, doing free videos, working as much as you can. Real world experience paired with a healthy amount of education from YouTube specifically, you're going to get the skills you need. You need to have people skills. People are going to call the folks that they already know. If they know you, they'll call you. Tell everybody you do video. Your connections are gold. If you want to get to know somebody, ask them out to lunch, ask to call them on the phone, ask to get to know them. We do this all the time. We're always trying to connect with new people. Understanding people, understanding your connections, it's so vital. You need clients who like you and trust you. And we had that when we started Epic Light Media. We had people who knew us and we were busy from the very beginning. But starting out without clients is tricky. So here's my advice. If you're trying to start out without any clients, just on your own, approach businesses and do work for free. Do the very best you can with the equipment that you have. They'll tell their friends and they'll say, how much do you charge? And you'll be able to tell them a real number. There's going to be leeches in your life who see your talent and they're going to start asking you to do videos for free. They're unappreciative. Don't just say yes because somebody asks you to do a free video, unless you're very interested in the project. The way to get started with doing free videos is to ask people if you can do their video. You're the one in control. You're the one coming to them, asking them if you can do it for free. If it's the other way around, it usually doesn't work. They're not going to be appreciative. They're going to boss you around. They're going to waste your time. It's not going to go anywhere. You need to be the person approaching the businesses, asking if you can do it for free. That's the way it works. Don't hold yourself back with perfectionism. I have seen in my life some people who hold themselves back because they don't think their work is good enough. And it's sad. Nothing we do is good enough. Nothing is perfect. And that is the beauty of being a creative person. This isn't 1 + 1. This isn't 4 + 4. There isn't an exact answer. This is messy and fuzzy and pointy and spicy, and there aren't exact answers. And that's the joy of what we do. You gotta do the work. You gotta get the job done. When you're by yourself reviewing your project, when you're all done with it, make some notes. Think about how you can do better next time, but don't beat yourself up. You're always going to be learning and improving. You will always make mistakes, but that doesn't mean the project isn't good enough to go out into the world. Here's another very important tip. Don't keep doing things the way you've done them in the past just because they work. With filming, things are always changing. Things are always progressing. There's new ways of filming. There's new technology. We've all seen the old dog in his late 50s with his video camera who has refused to move on to the new way of doing things. Don't trap yourself and be the guy who does it his way because it's the way you've been doing it for 25 years. You have to keep innovating. Every time new products come out, you need to learn about them. You need to be looking at the newest, cutting edge, best stuff that's being released at that time and learning. You need to be able to be your own boss. Can you push yourself to wake up early and work without somebody telling you to come into work? Are you the type of person that is self-driven, who can do things on your own initiative? Then you can make videos full time. You need to be able to be your own boss, tell yourself what to do, be able to work those long hours without somebody breathing down your neck. Now I'm gonna tell you one more thing. The pool commercial that I made didn't go anywhere and no one ever saw it, but that didn't matter. I saw it. I knew I could do it. And for some reason, I needed that self-esteem push. I needed to know that I had what it took to make something that looked really good. It did something in me. It helped me. It was more of just a certificate. It was like, hey, you graduated film school. There you go. This is your film school thesis that you came up with. So no one can tell you your roadmap. I want you to understand this. There are so many different paths you can take. I learned stuff from YouTube and then ended up spending $5,000 to make a commercial that looked like it could be on TV. That kind of kick-started my whole career. Some of you could go to film school and then land a job somewhere, or go to film school and start your own company. There are so many different paths. You need to find your own. Listen to the little voice inside of you and do what it says. Listen to it and do it. Oh, hello. So you want to subscribe to Epic Light Media? Right. Yeah, we encourage people not to. We encourage people to unsubscribe. Well, it's not crazy. Other people have done it. No one else has done it, huh? Well, we just don't care about the numbers. Right. We should. Oh, okay. Thank you. Unsubscribe. Don't subscribe. We don't care.